question for you. You know you want to start a business. You know that you've got talents and gifts that people come to you for free. Your cousins, your siblings, your parents, your friends, they know that when they have this issue, they come to you and you help them solve it. So clearly you've got talents and gifts, you've got a calling, and then you've got all of these people who come to you for help. And for years you've been saying to yourself, start that business. Only you haven't. You haven't started the business because on one hand, you know that you've got talent and you know you can help people. And on the other hand, you are scared shitless to actually ask people to pay for the transformation you offer them. And here is one of the biggest questions that I get from clients who are wanting to start a business, hoping to start a business, but are allowing their inner critic to keep them from starting a business. What if I can't do this alone? That's the question I get. What if I can't do this alone? And here's what I want to say to you. Nobody succeeds in business alone. Overall, globally, from a macro perspective, nobody makes it in business alone. It's a community effort. It's a group effort. It's just like raising a child. It takes a village, right? So on one hand, nobody does it alone. But I'm going to say something that might freak you out a bit. That kind of contradicts what I just said. On the one hand, nobody succeeds in business alone. There are resources, there are classes you take, there are other entrepreneurs you talk to, there are mentors you have. And on the very other side of that, when you are building your business, when you are in the middle of emailing and texting and building and blogging and podcasting and all of these other things, you are going it alone. You're going it alone, and that scares a lot of people because they're afraid that they're not enough, and they're afraid to go it alone, and they're afraid to be different from the crowd. And here's what I want to tell you. Your inner critic thrives on you being afraid to trust yourself, on you being afraid to do the late nights and do the early mornings, even though everybody around you, they're socializing and they're going to events and they're relaxing and they're resting and they're doing all of these things. You're afraid to be different from them. But here's the thing. In life, there are some journeys that you got to take alone. There are some journeys that, as much as people love you and they support you, you have got to do this for you, and your life will not be complete unless you know, unless you teach yourself through this experience of building this amazing business, that when you have to go it alone, you can. When you have to ask for help, you will. When you need support from others, you will have the resources with which to get it. But, you know, there are some journeys you have to walk alone. And building this business, I'm going to tell you, at some points it's going to feel super lonely. People are not going to get why a year in you're still grinding the way you're grinding. People are not going to understand why after 2 years, you aren't in multi-million-dollar status. People are not going to understand your drive, your grind, your hustle, your flow, your obsessive focus. Even if they love you, they're not totally going to get you, because unless they've done it, unless they've lived it, unless they have businesses that are thriving, they don't know what it requires. And so here's the answer to this loneliness question. Nobody builds a successful business alone. There will be so many people who come across your path who are amazing and perfect for you at that moment. And at the same time, you're going to have early mornings and late nights where you're going to feel totally alone. Like, why am I doing this? How am I going to do this? How much more of this do I have to do? That's normal. And I want you to get in your head now that it's normal. Why? Because your inner critic is going to tell you in those late nights and those early mornings that you are some weird, strange abnormality that needs to go back to normal life. And I'm here to tell you, this is where you find out who you are. This is where you tap into that inner badass. This is where you say, I'm not leaving until I get the business that I want. That is what it means to fire your inner critic, to find your inner badass, and to finally build your business. And here's the last thing I'm going to say on this. Don't give up until you find that you that on the one hand can ask for support and on the other hand can go it alone. That is a journey you don't want to miss out on. It is the journey of a lifetime. And I am here to support you. You can visit CassandraVaughn.com and check out all of my online programs. I have stuff on focus, confidence, fear, online training programs that will help you do this journey alone and together with support and being resourceful and going it alone. Go to CassandraVaughn.com. Check out my online programs. You will see that this journey is not simply about building a business. This journey is about finding you. And that is what you came here for. All right, everybody. I'll see you on the next Fire Your Inner Critic episode.